What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I have a really special video, and we're going to be taking a look at 4 Spiderverse characters. Now, if you guys know me, I love making long videos. It's really what I do best on this channel. I just make hour-long videos, and I really think to myself, why do I make hour-long videos? So you probably know that I'm not going to do a video with just 4 Spiderverse characters. But of course, just hold on to that thought of just 4 Spiderverse characters. There are a couple more characters, but I'm not going to spoil it because I'm actually really happy of how the characters turned out. And I did get one of the figures that is really not that good, but probably would spoil the big secret that I did make. Something really cool that I'm very proud of, that I got a lot of inspiration for. And I'll talk about it when I get to it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Spiderverse, starting off with the back, and then we'll go forward. So first off, we have Cyborg SpiderMan. We're going to kind of blow through these things so we can get to the actual thing. Anyway, the torso is Monster Hunter Spider-Man. The legs are just plain old Spider-Man legs. You can get them from like anywhere in like the Daily Bugle and stuff. I think they're in the Daily Bugle. I don't know, but you can get them in a lot of places. They're probably in your collection. Mine are really loose, as you guys can see, because I've had them over time. I think I got it for like the Sandman versus Rhino set. Anyway, the arm right here is from Benny, from the CMF series, and then Spider-Man's arm from like the old like sets that I reviewed on this channel, where I got the whole wave. Then the belt is Batman's. Then the thing that I got from Korg. Head is Spider-Man, then the helmet is Zane's, which is pretty cool. Next up, we got Spider Lady in the back, and she is pretty cool. This is a modification from my other one. I did get rid of those plain legs, and I added a better helmet situation, which it actually kind of looks like her a bit, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the torso is from Stargirl. If I just take this off right now and show you the back. There you go. Pretty cool. Anyway, the legs are from the Freemakers Adventure. I think that they work pretty good. And then the arms are Spider-Man's, just where I got the other Spider-Man arms from. Tan hands, heads from Black Widow. And then the this piece right here is from the Stunt set. I got it from this dude. From the Stunts. This one where it like kind of just does that, which is pretty cool. Anyway, then the legs back here are from the Spider-Man, Spider like Iron Spider, and then the brown helmet. I think that this looks now more like her because she has like the gold eyes, even though it's kind of impossible to do that in Lego. I mean, you could flip this around and maybe kind of add like shape to it, but I don't know. It's really hard to make her in Lego because she just doesn't. And then some people just use goggle pieces. I don't think that works really well. But the only reason how I know who she is because she was in the DLC pack for Spider. It's just like the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Anyway, next character we have is the Spider. This is like one of the easiest Spider-Man characters that you can make in your collection if you want to grow your Spiderverse collection. And he'll probably be in the next Spider-Man movie, too. This is the Spider. I think this is like a serial killer version of Peter Parker. But the whole figure is from the brand new Carnage. The Carnage that like has been coming out in the Lego sets. However, there is one thing that is on my other Carnage that is not on this one. I do not know where Carnage is, though. I don't know where he is on my desk. But I do believe... I am for certain that this is not the only... okay, yeah, I found him. He's right here. Yeah, he's right here. So this is the Carnage. So if you guys wanted, just take this whole figure right here. If you really care that much about the Spider and you guys want to give him dual printed arms, then go ahead and do that. But however, I kind of like this version because he doesn't have that many lines in the... anyway, Carnage just the same as he's always been. But he's never ever had like really liney like torso. It's just like really kind of plain. Anyway, the head I got from Carnage. However, you could use a Scarlet Spider head. But I doubt that if you're at this channel, I bet that you guys don't have that figure. I mean, maybe some of you guys do. It's a very hard figure to come by. Even I don't have them. But yeah, just a pretty cool thing. Hand wanted to pop out, which kind of sucks. That sucks. Anyway, next figure, we got Spider-Woman. Just Miss Terrific torso, legs from Flash, arms are just red, and then yellow hands. Miss Terrific. And then Captain Marvel's head. It's really hard to make Spider-Woman in Lego because she's a Comic-Con, and it's kind of hard to make her. And if you don't have like some of these parts that I have, it doesn't really look good. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the 2 surprise figures. First off, this one is my personal favorite. With what you're limited to being able to do, I'm proud of how he turned out. So we have the first one. This is Spider-Man Unlimited costume, and it is said that he has appeared in the Spiderverse in the comic books. And this I'm really happy of how he turned out. And I'll show you guys how to make him if you guys like my version. But the torso. The torso is really hard because actually the best torso is the Iron Spider torso from the sets, because he has like a really big dark blue like a suit with a black spider. However, I didn't really want to do that. I just went with Miles, and I think it actually kind of looks better. However, my other torso that is the Iron Spider torso is used by Mayday Parker, which this is just kind of just like a figure that I wanted to make because I wanted to boost my Spiderverse collection. But anyway, the torso is from Spidey and His Amazing Friends. The arms are from Iron Spider. However, you guys probably don't have them, so just use Spider-Man Homecoming or the Civil War arms. Just any dark blue arms that have red printing, it'll work. Black hands, and then the hips are from Hawkeye. I just like it. I mean, you guys could use any black hips with red printing, or just black hips. Then the legs are just dark blue and red. I would use the legs. Here's Superior Spider-Man, but I would use his legs if the hips maybe. The legs I think would work, but who knows. So yeah, I guess you guys could do that. But then the head is just the Iron Spider. I really like this head. It really brings the whole figure together. And the cape is just the knockoff Spider-Man 2099 web cape. However, just use the web cape. Just go watch DD's Bricks version of Spider-Man 2099. Just use the Spider Lady's cape, I guess, from the CMF series. But yeah, there's another Spiderverse character. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, so we're at 7 minutes so far on the video, unless I edit, which I probably will. But we are going to take a look at the next figure, which will probably give away the spoiler for what I'm about to show you guys in a minute. We have Japanese Spider-Man, which is a very hard figure to make, in my opinion. He's pretty hard because I don't have a lot of Spider-Man Homecoming figures, which is really what you need for this figure. So the head, we'll talk about them later because the head is like the most disappointing part. However, I kind of have grown on it, and I think it really just works for him. So anyway, the legs are just, once again, just Spider-Man legs. You can use any just dark blue legs with red boots. It really doesn't matter. Arms, I went with plain blue because I've used a ton of other arms for other figures, which I know, but I know that's like, why'd you do that and stuff? I could have used Cyborg Spider-Man's arm. He could have just had a blue arm. But I kind of didn't want to, so I just went with blue arms with red hands. And then the torsos from Spidey and His Amazing Friends. It's the best one that looks like an ant on the front of his torso without making it look like an ant. So if I'm being honest, these figures are just the same. Because this is the Spider-Man from the 1967 or whatever. The Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, swings a web. That like the one where it originated from. The pointing meme. It really looks like this, but just with this. And you guys might be wondering, what's the difference? This one didn't have any webs on its torso, which is really why it's just very different. But I still like it. We're going to put them back there. I'm kind of tired of just getting up and going to go get those figures. Then the head is just from the Spider-Man 2018 figures with like the red webbing. And he's pretty cool. However, I would at the time want to use this head, but now the webs match and it looks pretty good. So anyway, there is the Spiderverse collection. Hopefully you liked today's video. And I know that you guys, some of you guys are still maybe watching, probably not. You guys probably already clicked off the video, but we are not done yet. We still got a thing that took me a day, and then when I got home, a little bit of the afternoon where I am. So of course, since we're gonna move a lot of these guys out of the way because it's huge. Okay, it's huge. It's pretty big. But the figures. So you probably know this already. If you know Japanese Spider-Man, which you 9.99999% sure a lot of you guys that watch my channel don't. Some of you probably do, and know that he has a huge mech. And you know me, I love making mechs, and they're so fun. So what I decided to do is actually spend my Labor Day and actually decide to build a fully working mech. However, it is not as big as it is in the TV show. However, it is bigger than SPDR. It's bigger than SPDR, which is, it's good. It's a couple inches bigger than SPDR. I mean, it was really why I wanted to make a Japanese Spider-Man, because he's confirmed for the Spiderverse 2, by the way. And he's probably going to be huge in the thing, which sucks because I don't have time to make a big version of it. And I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second. But the spider, for a bit of background, the SpiderMan Mech is like literally as tall as like a cliff, maybe as tall as a mountain. And in Lego form, that would probably be, I don't know, maybe all the way up here to my ring lights. That's how tall that is. However, I don't have that many pieces. I don't have that time. And really, not that many people actually make Japanese Spider-Man robots. Because, of course, I go online and do my research to see how to build it and kind of get an idea what I want to do. Which, of course, I'll bring him out right now. So, here he is. We got Japanese Spider-Man robots. And I did give him accessories, of course, because I love doing that. So, anyway, he is, okay, there he is. So here he is. We got the Japanese Spider-Man robots. Even though it isn't as big as it is in the, it is taller than SPDR though, which is what I wanted. I wanted this thing to be at least taller than SPDR, which it is. It's taller and I like it. It's actually my favorite. It beat SPDR actually, because this one really, I made this for a video, and I made SPDR for just a video. It was supposed to be one of those things where minifigure Mondays, remember, showcase Mondays, remember that when that was a thing. I used to make it, and I was like, crap, I know everyone's gonna be mad at me if I don't make SPDR. So I made it. It took a day, and that's it. I really didn't be like, okay, I'm gonna take the pieces, do this, and this, and this. I thought of what Lego would do, which they're never gonna make this thing, by the way. You guys can still hope and dream to be like, okay, we have Spider-Ham, we have Ghost Spider, we have Miles, we have Spider-Man Noir, waiting for SPDR. It's never gonna happen. If it is, it's gonna disappoint all you guys. Because it's gonna be the comic book version, because it's Sony that owns it, not Disney. Disney doesn't own it. That's why we don't get Amazing Spider-Man 2 sets, guys. That's why Mega Bloks owns it. So Mega Bloks has that. Anyway, getting off topic, this thing took a really long time to make, and it took like an infinite long time to make, because I had to get bigger ball joints, these big ball joint pieces. And in my collection, I don't collect big giant mechs like I do with the mechs, so I don't have 50 of these things laying around. So I had to go deep in my collection to find ball joints, and then originally I wanted a double ball joint. So it was like one of these with another on the other side. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Probably not though. But it took me about an hour just to get the ball joints. in my collection. But then also after that, I needed all the pieces, all the stuff. So first I started off with the chest, then I went over the legs and the arms, and the head was last. And the last thing I added was the things that are not in the frame right now. However, we are going to take a look at this. So here he is. He doesn't fit inside. I know he doesn't fit inside. I made that on purpose, because if he did, this thing would be much more bigger and have more holes, and it wouldn't look as good. But I'm not going to show you guys the back, because it's probably the best part, but it's the best because of what I was dealing with. So articulation, and then we'll go into detail. So the articulation, he can move his legs with big ball joints, and he's very poseable, so he can do this. He can do the side kick if you pose him in the right direction. His feet, they swivel on the ball joint as well, and the arms as well, they move, and then the wrists. And then the head is actually on a tiny ball joint. If I take the head off, the head's on a tiny ball joint. So there's a little ball joint here. That's the only tiny ball joint. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video. On this mech, which is good, because usually when you use a big ball joint, then there's a big gap, like there is on all this stuff, which is not really what I wanted. I wanted it to be kind of like a bit big, but not too, not his head to be off. Because the thing about Japanese SpiderMan mech, I'll show a picture maybe somewhere. I might have already shown it. But the thing about it, it's really bulky, and the head is tiny, which is really what Lego is. Lego is a bunch of building blocks. That's why there's a bunch of big pieces on here. That's why this is extended. That's why this is extended all the way through. Because it's a big thing with big feet, and it's just a big thing that was meant to sell toys, which this thing does look like I would want to buy it as a toy, which it would actually, I think, work as a toy, except these are kind of on the nose, but of course Lego would have a million of these pieces. Anyway, so now talking into detail, so we're going to take a look at the legs first. Kind of just take a look at these. Legs were hard because I needed a golden spider web, which you're like, oh, Spider-Man No Way Home, Far From Home's homecoming sets with the integrated suit with like his sorcerer webs. I wanted to use the big ones. However, you only get 2 of 2 different ones, and this was the only web that was big enough to fit on here. Like this, I actually have a golden web here. This web you only get 1 of, and I didn't want to do a Bricklink or Amazon order or an eBay order to wait another 4 weeks to get this, just to get this. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just stick with the pieces I have in my collection, which is cool. So you move that, and that's not how it is in the show. But it has a piece under here, so it cannot go back all the way. Feet are my favorite because they're very thick and fat. So they have this piece right here, and then the little smooth part on the back, which is cool. Moving up to the hips, it does miss, since this thing, the size of it is, he doesn't have his weird fins on the side of his legs, because what I was limited to. So I just decided to put the golden webs and screw that part, because I know this thing is, I didn't want to do that, because it does turn into Leopardon. It turns into the Super AV or whatever it's called. But this is the Leopardon, and this doesn't transform. I mean, if it would, it'd be awesome if I could do that. But it would take me about a month to do, maybe, and come up with that. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. Anyway, going on to the chest, he has his golden spider logo. He has his little trans red thing. The front right here reminds me of Dr. Eggman. I don't know why. It just does. Anyway, it has the big giant brick pieces. I wish I could put a sticker here, or maybe like a print, but I don't have a spiderweb piece that could fit in there. And they're 2 separate pieces, if you can kind of see that with the crease. On the side, same piece. And then just on the... Speaking of the arms are very nice. I like them indeed. The arms are really cool because it just has the slopes and just really works. Now the hands, you might be wondering, the hands are very awkward because they have just random studs exposed. Which, if you know me, I don't like studs being exposed. I only like them being exposed if it looks like a toy, kind of. Anyway, the arms on the same. Once again, he has a big, giant, bulky shoulder, so I wanted to kind of make it look like it had a bulky shoulder. So I just went with those. And then the hand, once again, that's exposed, which, why could it be? Who knows? If you guys are a fan of this show, you probably know why. But the head is the best part, because the head was really hard to do. It was really hard to do because it was just the head was really tiny. And I got a lot of inspiration online. A lot of people turned the mech, which we'll talk about at the end. But actually, funny part, since I was building this in the dark, I actually got this piece confused for this, a pink piece, which you had a pink nose for a while. And I took pictures with him with the pink nose. I didn't upload him, though. I just wanted to look how cool he was. So the eyes are not my idea. Because it's so cool. And I got those from the Easter sets. And then the gray mouth too, it's supposed to represent his mouth. And then, as you guys can see, back of his head, if you guys can see that, if we can turn his head around. Yeah, it's just plates and stuff. So his head can go full 160, I think 360 degrees, which is nice. But the best part is that this can come off at the top, which you might be wondering, oh, that sucks. It's actually amazing because it comes off in the show. This is very accurate to what I could get it to. However, if you want it to be really accurate, what you would need to do is take another one of these and put them at the bottom right there, and then just do that on the other side. However, you cannot put it on the head. It doesn't work really that well. And putting in the middle stud where I put it. So I just went with that. So, and what's really funny about this too is that you can move it a certain way, and I don't know, I don't understand why this is funny. It just makes me kind of laugh. Anyway, there's that. And that is it for the robot itself, and also Golden Spider logo. I didn't think that you guys saw that. Maybe I think you did. Who knows? But it's really cool. However, I cut a lot of it out already. But I've never shown the back yet. But why? Because the back is the best part. I mean, it really is. So this is non-removable, and I made it on purpose. So as you guys can see, it's the Leopardon in its normal brick form, and I know it looks ridiculously ugly. It's because I needed this thing to have a backpack, kind of. And in the show, it's actually like this. This thing's attached to his back, which it's not removable. You can't remove it. I made it on purpose so you can remove it. Because if you guys just see, just like not that, he's so skinny. All the gray pieces are what it would be like. It's so skinny. Just looks too skinny for me, which is kind of the best part. So the head, it was really hard because I had to use bricks in ways that I've never used them before. So it was like bricks upside down. So instead of it being like this, I had to put it like this. And it actually kind of made it much easier to build because I just used like one pieces to do this, you know. And of course, it's really cool. Anyway, there's a little reference to the actual version. At the bottom, there's a hole, which is a technical piece. But in the show, his little, I forget what the vehicle's called. I've seen a ton of videos on what it is. It flies in the back right here, which is really cool, and I was just using yellow bricks in my collection. I was like, hey, that's kind of a nice reference to allude to how huge it is in the show. Anyway, since I haven't been shown off the back, this is what the back of it looks like, which it looks really nice. And that's really it for the figure itself. However, we do have two accessories. However, one of them, I based it on a YouTuber, which I'm probably going to put a link in the description of how I did it. And the eyes, I got his thing too. And the big ball joints, I also got it too. His is pretty good. It's just, I'll put a picture up right here. His is okay. It's just, It's just the head is too big, and the Japanese version has a tiny head. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the 2 things that I was hiding. So first weapon we have is his sword. Now, it's okay. I mean, I didn't have enough pieces that the guy had that I based most of this off of. But I really did like the surfboard at the top, so I really went for his design. However, his is definitely better. And if I had time to do a sword, I would do it. But just for the time being that I had, I didn't want to do it. Anyway, of course you can fit the sword inside of his hand, which is probably the best part. So that's what those studs are for earlier. Of course, you can now grip it. And now he has the sword, which is really nice and cool indeed. Which is nice. So yeah, now he can swing his sword around. But also in the show, he does pull his sword out from like down here somewhere. It's the thing that I didn't add. It's why this is here. Actually, one of the best parts about this. So the sword I'm not that proud of. However, the shield I am especially proud of. Now it's supposed to be like one of those spiderweb pieces, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to do my own shield, and I am very proud of it. This took me about, let's say like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5. This didn't really take me that long to do. But of course there are studs on the back, so of course you can take this and you can stick it on. But it really doesn't take you that long to put it in there, so yeah, anyway, his shield is definitely the hardest part. Like look at this, look how heavy this thing is. His shield is definitely the heaviest part about this. But of course, since his feet are very sturdy, you can put him in positions, and yeah, the shield and sword, of course he does fall sometimes, but if you get him in a good position like this, then you'll be good. Yeah, if you get him in a good position like this, like he's ready for battle, it's a really cool build. Now, this was a really hard, I might have said this earlier in the video, who knows, but this was a really hard build to do, because a lot of people don't do this mech like I showed you before. I'm going to put all the photos of all the existing ones that I could find on the internet. Now, if it's on Instagram or anywhere else, I didn't see it because I don't want to search through the internet for 50 minutes looking for like hashtag Lego Spider-Man and looking forever. I just want to look up hashtag Lego Leopardon and boom, it's there. And I only found about 3. The one I showed you earlier in the video and 2 others. Now, it's very sad that a lot of people don't talk about Leopardon. However, that's probably going to change when the new Spiderverse movie comes out. Anyway, I'm very proud with the figures, and this was definitely a showcase for this, and it literally took me a whole day to make. All the other stuff was just in here to kind of be like, hey, April Fool's type thing, but this is the main thing. Definitely one of my personal favorite things I've ever made, because it looks like something that did come out of Japan, which is good. I'm actually proud, and that's how it's supposed to be. It looks like a very colorful thing, because of course in Marvel there aren't really that many yellow type characters. I mean, there are like the Thing and Wolverine and stuff, but when it's yellow, red, and white, like really bright colors, it definitely feels like a toy. But I really like how this turned out, and of course I like it more than SPDR. Because like I said earlier in the video, SPDR was made for a showcase. It wasn't actually made for a full-on like display piece. If it was, I probably would have put more time into it. And Minifigure Monday was tomorrow. So it's like the people that were animating the Dark Black Panther scene, if you guys know what I'm talking about, the video game scene, they didn't have enough time to animate it. And as like me, I didn't have time to do a big giant build. It was already the next day. Minifigure Monday was about an hour. I couldn't delay it by that time. So I just was like, what the hell? I'll just make a build. It took me about 20 to 15 minutes to make. All the pieces, literally this was one of the builds because all the pieces, like I said in the video, were right at my disposal. I just used all 3 mechs, meshed them together, used a couple parts from my own collection, and there you go. I didn't even come up with these cool toe designs, the hand designs. I literally just took it. And of course I don't want to use another one because I've created really cool ideas like the sculpted piece, the waist piece, the arms and hands. I might make another one in the future, but for now I'm kind of not going to. One, I like the size that it's at, and if I get it a bit bigger than this, it's going to be a bit unfortunate because, of course, it is bigger in the comic books, and I do like this. And this is kind of like just a spider bot. However, this was really just like and this looks really cool and awesome. And hopefully you guys enjoy this custom that I made. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later for an upcoming video soon. I do have 2 upcoming videos. This will be the highlight, though, of videos that will come out probably after LEGO Marvel Collections. Because I definitely believe that this should have been in LEGO Marvel Collections. I just didn't have time, though. So, yeah, anyway. I will have a Marvel Collection type update soon, where I will talk about, I guess I'll show a couple figures, where I'll be talking about just some cool figures that I've talked about before and making customs for, like these guys. These are just a couple of them. More ideas, like more ideas, and just a lot of stuff. And then also I will be coming out with more movie showcase reviews because I will be coming out with, like, since I got the new Deadpool figure, I might come out with showcases for Deadpool. I am thinking about doing a Spider-Man No Way Home thing, so if you guys are interested in that. However, there will be a lot of figures like the Willem Dafoe version and a lot of heads that I don't have because I don't want to spend that type of money. So, of course, a lot of suits will be their final ending suits, not like all the suits. If you want that, go check out my new superheroes today. Oh yeah, I will be coming out with some new videos. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Make sure to like. I already said all this. See you guys later.